Hey, what's up?
Hey, what do you thought? Oh, it's not you, when you come on to the end of this,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. You can come. You're eating. It's very crunchy.
Yeah. Oh, it smells like
Mhm. Yeah.
toasting this.
Well,
I'm in here.
What's up?
Okay. Woo! Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Have a little bit of issue with our video starting up, but we are glad you are here, and we are here as well. And I am Laurel.
And I'm Donna, the other host here at News and Updates. Mark, the evil mastermind behind this weekly AltSpace VR news show, is behind the camera bot live streaming to everyone out in the metaverse and beyond. And I say, let's get right to it. AltSpace VR news. The AltSpace VR community is buzzing with the new features and announcement that happened this past week. Let's break these down into something you can digest.
Absolutely. And I'm so excited to be here. The most exciting is the new live speech captioning and translation. Have you all seen this? Oh my God, this is so exciting. The second trial run was held this week with a community meetup. And it was, what was really wonderful about it is that Q for Q invited the audience to share their favorite movie and talk about it. And guess what? No one talked about it. They wanted to talk about test driving this new feature and pushing it to its limits. We all played with accents and switching languages. And oh man, we had such an amazing experience playing around with this thing.
Now, one of the challenges we found is the user experience functionality. I hope you guys can hear me. Half of my face is like a balloon size, and I feel funny when I'm talking, so I hope you guys can actually understand what I'm saying. Okay, the caption bubble for individuals is off to the right side of the avatar. That brings the text to eye level, but the issue is when people are standing in a group. The avatars cover up the text, and those reading them must move around in an odd and somewhat uncomfortable social positions to read and interact. We know it's cliche, but when cliche, you're hilarious. But hoping these will move to over the head to ensure people will be able to stand and read comfortably.
Yeah, the bubble thing is, I know it's weird, but it's really hard to read when it's somebody standing in front of it. All right, now the next community meetup to help test drive the new live speech captioning and translation feature is this Wednesday. I'm so excited. You got to try this. If you haven't had a chance to see this in action, please add the community meetup to your calendar for Wednesday. It is very, very fascinating. And I think it's going to make some huge changes here in Altspace. We talked about that last week, and you'll be able to connect and communicate across languages. And, that's one of the last digital divides that we're facing. So don't forget to report your feedback at altvr.com/feedback, online at altvr.com/feedback.
Now, speaking of feedback, a new channel was added recently to the Altspace VR Discord for feedback surveys. A new survey was just released asking for input on events and event hosting. These are fairly open surveys with some multiple choice, but mostly areas for you to have your say. These are funneled right to the right department, and they will be reviewed. Prior to this, Altspace VR staff would take verbal help tickets and chase conversations and feedback all over social media. Using these new feedback survey forms and the support ticketing system, that we can expect the team to be more responsive as they can focus on issues and spend less time chasing the issues down.
Yes, indeed. Now, to one of the more stressful announcements from Altspace VR due to recent troll and hacking attacks on Altspace VR, as we've reported over the last 2 months. Security updates and investigations are underway to ensure that all these loopholes are closed. That's the goal. So one of the issues involves the browsers in Altspace VR, the personal browser and the event browser.
Altspace VR works with two key operating systems, Android and Windows. Android, for the Quest and Go, has a standard OS browser, so it is easy for Altspace VR to tap into that for users' personal browser. Windows, however, doesn't. So Altspace VR used a browser made of Coherent based off Chromium, the same browser used for Google Chrome. It's called Opera, the new Edge, and so on. Coherent stopped updating the browser, and Altspace VR knew that they'd have to find an alternative for a while, but inventing a VR and a 2D compatible browser is complicated and time-consuming.
I don't want that task. I've worked on the back end. That's crazy. So with the security issues adding an imperative, here is what we know. There's a lot of confusion, but these are the basics of what we know. In about a month, the personal browser will be gone for 2D users, not 3D users. While one might be available soon for 2D users, that path isn't clear yet.
Now, about the same time, Altspace VR will be releasing a new web-based browser for events. We're not sure what it will look like. Currently, they're experimenting with the new MRE Media Console based upon the initial work by the great world builder Ben. But it uses JSON and only supports single images for a slideshow and single videos. It does not support video playlists, web pages, or web-based slide apps. A very nice trick in the parameters of the media console is to control the audio roll-off, the distance at which the sound is audible. This is excellent for events with videos and open discussions, allowing people to move away from the sound to talk. We hope that feature is available throughout other tools and options going forward.
All right. Now, as Donna re-enters, they've acknowledged, that they are working on a whiteboard, though we don't know the status of it, along with some other event-based tools and improvements. When we know more details, you will hear them here and in our Discord VR. Our Discord server for the news and updates. Also know that these challenges, getting a little bit of an echo. Is that from you, Donna?
I was hearing it before. No, it's not me.
Okay. We're getting a little bit of an echo somewhere. So if our mods can check around for that. So anyway, just know that we're going to announce the news as soon as we know it on our news and updates. Also know that these challenges are also being faced on other VR and event social event platforms. So we're not alone here, and you're not alone in being frustrated by all of these. All the different platforms are struggling with these changes. So expect more improvements and new features coming back as fast as vacations end and the team gets back into full development mode.
Now, Maine University's Digital Technologies Lab did research and testing on VR. Oh, just forgot to do on air. Okay, on VR VR platforms as educational platforms in response to COVID-19 challenges, and we thought we'd share their results that included AltSpace VR. They found that when it came to all the testing questions on media sharing, ease of use, VR motion sickness, use of web browsers, and images, AltSpace VR received the highest score. The research was done a couple of months ago before the new avatars and recent changes to event hosting tools. But it scored well also as it allows the most people in a single event space with some of its default template spaces. Nice to know AltSpace VR is getting positive reviews about academia in these early days.
Absolutely. And now we need those sound effects, Mark. Drum roll. Don't forget, News and Updates is celebrating our 2-year anniversary in a couple months. Mark is taking suggestions on how we can include you in our celebrations. So stay tuned for from News and Updates on how we're going to celebrate this milestone achievement. After 2 years presenting the News and Updates, okay, be honest, we've all learned a few things. Just a few. One of the events we have planned is the behind the scenes look at how we work and what we do to make this weekly event a success. There is more that goes on than you can behind the scenes that you could ever imagine to make this work. So there'll be some other fun surprises also in the works. It's just we're gonna have a good time. If Mark's involved, Donna's involved, I'm involved, it's gonna be amazing. So it has been an incredible 2 years bringing you the news and updates and open discussions about what is happening here and around AltSpace VR in our community. So congratulations to the whole News and Updates team. 2 years can't be possible.
Wow, that's awesome. Now, before we get into exploring the world building news, remember to join the AltSpace VR official Discord. This is where you will find announcements, news, and discussions on what's going on with AltSpace VR and help with world building and events. If you are an event host, there is even a channel to request help finding moderators. It's our main center for communication for our community, so join us there.
Okay, let's look at some world building. Now, this is your last reminder for a while about the first party MRE hosting that now uses SSL encryption. If you're using one of the Wear a Hat, Where We Are, the helmets, or one of the other MREs, update that world link to use the new URL for SSL security and encryption. Check out the announcement on the official AltSpace VR Discord and on the Unity website for more information on how to get involved with doing Unity and all that other stuff and world building in general.
Okay. Now, world building is getting easier than you think it is and harder. Depends upon your approach. Begin with a world editor in your home space and decorate it using drag and drop ease. Then go to your settings, general, and flip on Enable Worlds Beta. This will add a Worlds tab to your AltSpace menu down at the bottom of your AltSpace menu. Click it and go to My Worlds to see you have your own world. Enter it. Play around with the options in the world editor. When you are ready, go to Settings, General, and flip on the switch at the top for beta access and go to the AltSpace VR Discord and ask in the world building channels to be added to the whitelist. It's a bit cumbersome, we know that, but that will enable additional kits that users have shared with us and that you will be able to use them. So start experimenting.
And please use the diagnostic tool on AltSpace VR website for your world to check how you're doing when you're building it. If the world is meant to be experimental and private, do whatever you wish. Have fun with it, experiment, whatever. But if you wish the world to be public or used for events, then the diagnostic tool indicators should be all green or maybe one yellow, maybe 2-ish, but have fun with this. Those are recommendations for public and event worlds, and the diagnostic tool is your friend. So honestly, have massive fun. World building is one of the forms of creative expressions we have here in AltSpace VR. And come on, we love world building here in AltSpace, don't we? Yeah, love that.
Now, you want to know more? You need inspiration? Check the calendar for all the world building events. There are world tours and classes and workshops on building at all levels. So there are no more excuses to not invent your own world right here in AltSpace VR. The computer science team in VR offers courses on Unity and programming with C++. Carnivore has been teaching workshops on building with Unity that fill up immediately, even though they aren't featured. Make sure you arrive right on time for a chance to get in and check out the repeat event that he does weekly, as well as the videos he posts to the World Building channel on Discord and in the World Tours Discord. So check out discord.me/world tours. Discord.me/world tours.
Now, the SDK developer meetup is this week on Wednesday and on Thursday. It's a time zone thing. And it's a chance to find out what's going on at the highest level of development in the AltSpace world building. The SDK, which is Software Development Kit, and MRE, which is Mixed Reality Extension, it allows a form of, let's just call it scripted coding and functionality to be added to our worlds. Examples include those helmets and hats that are mentioned and other fun interactables. If you want to push AltSpace VR world building to the limits, check out those SDK developer meetups.
Now, the world tours happen on Tuesdays with Daisy Shaw and Mr. Yellow, and on Wednesdays with the World Tours team. The past 2 weeks, the World Tours team toured their theme of the month, Worlds Based on Escape. There were so many suggestions. They split the tour into 2 events. It was amazing and great fun. This month, their world building theme is garden. Not as in nature spaces, but worlds that make you say, I'm a garden the moment you enter. I'm in a garden, sorry. I'm in a garden the moment you enter. Join their Discord at discord.me/world tours and submit your suggestions for garden worlds, or build your own and submit that it may be added to the tour.
I love that. I'm looking forward to seeing some great garden worlds. Now, this Wednesday is their world building tutorial, and they will be teaching you about how to use planes from the Geometrics kit. Now, I've just seen the world that is being worked on, and it's going to blow your mind. This versatile asset is used for floors and walls and ceilings and boxes and so many different purposes, including spying on people. You'll be amazed at what they've come up with to demonstrate its potentials on Wednesday.
Oh, cool. We love sharing your worlds with you and others. Join our news and updates Discord. We have a channel called Share Your World in News, just waiting for you to show off your world so we may feature it here.
Yes, indeed. We look forward to that. All right, now it's time for some AltSpace events. And first off, we need some serious applause and hearts going off to celebrate, as a special event is set for August 15th. Evolve VR will be celebrating 3 years in AltSpace VR. Wow, that is the lives of just about everyone here in AltSpace. It's amazing. It is one of the longest running events, collection of events actually. They've expanded from more than just meditation and yoga, but to spiritually based discussions, a book club, dances, special events. I've lost track of all of the amazing events that they have here. Their fan base now includes not only those in AltSpace VR, but a huge following on Facebook with their live streamed events. So congratulations to Jeremy and the entire Evolve VR Evolver team of teachers, presenter, hosts, moderators, and supporters. 3 years is huge. We're at 2 for the news and updates. So we are so proud of them. Awesome.
Well, that is really awesome. As a reminder, there has been some concern about adult events being open to all, which includes minors. If you're hosting an adults-only event, ensure the age restriction is listed in the description as 18 plus. And in capital letters for adults only. Make sure it's marked clearly. If you encounter an adult event without the adults only listing and hosting underage attendees, please use the report button on the event to let the staff know. AltSpace VR is working on technical solutions to gate mature content better.
It's so needed. This week and all week, our regulars are strutting their stuff and dazzling us with concerts, meetups, hangouts, workshop classes, and so much more. Aren't you stunned when you look at the events calendar? I can't believe how much is in there and how much is happening here in AltSpace. There is so much to do here in AltSpace, and we can't list it all. So we're going to highlight just a few of the special events that will spice up your week.
Now let's start with ThoughtCon. Was meeting on Wednesdays, but they have a special DEF CON 28 event today, late in the evening, for their Chicago members. It's a great way to hang out with the DEF CON members and network and connect. Check it out, as well as their regular events later in the week.
Oh, the ThoughtCon stuff is amazing. And our own Donna McTee's Live Loved events are rocking most days as they dive into a unique interactive form of Christian Bible study. So check those out. They are wonderful opportunities for sharing and caring. And thanks for doing those, Donna.
Well, thanks for mentioning, Laurel. Thanks. Tuesday, the regular Educators in VR workshop has been taken over by Students in VR. And this week, they are bringing in Tom Furness of the Virtual World Society, a rock star in his own historical right, called the grandfather of VR. Without his innovative inventions and research in the military in the 70s and the 80s and the 90s, some of those years before some people in this room were probably born, you would not be wearing these headsets, right? He developed the first VR simulations for flight training, developed one of the first VR labs at the University of Washington, which continues to produce innovative creations such as laser that reads directly onto the retina to allow visually impaired people to see, and also outreach programs that bring VR and AR into impoverished communities to teach work and life skills and training. We love it when Tom Furness comes into AltSpace VR. Check out this fun student-led event happening this Tuesday.
And Donna, I heard that you're working with that to help with that event, and the students are coming up with some great questions to interview Tom. So I'm so excited about that. That's going to be amazing. All right. Lights, camera, action with Dutch Cola and Eppolite is part of the We Improv VR events here in AltSpace VR. This is a fun, interactive event to work on your theater skills and act out a variety of fun and wacky scenes and play characters that, just trust me on this, is going to test your acting mettle. Wow, it's going to be amazing. So check that out on Tuesdays.
Now, the next community meetup to test the new live speech transcription and translation feature is happening this Wednesday. And we wanted to mention it again for those who were late for two reasons. First, AltSpace VR used to have regular weekly and monthly gatherings with the community to update them on what was going on and get a conversation going about how they enjoy using AltSpace VR. Over the past 6 months, as the team has been busy dealing with the same challenges each of us has been, plus the sudden influx of event demands, these have been missing. So this is a great opportunity to reconnect with staff and to test the new speech transcription feature. You will want to see this in action, and your feedback is so appreciated to help make this innovative feature better.
Absolutely. Now, our friend Chuck of Health Systems Chat is exploring the Internet of Things, the IoT, the technology that connects us to the internet through connective and interactive devices. And it's in time for the IoT World Conference. His events are so interactive and they're so much fun. And they often feature a custom event space. So check it out on Thursday.
Now, Thursday is another Educators in VR event as the V Language Learning Team project explores the potential for language learning in VR and AR. If you teach or wish to learn more about learning languages and their potential in VR, check out the V Language Learning Team Project events and the Educators in VR Discord for more information, resources, and advice. They are working on a series of training programs for educators to help them learn how to use VR for education and language development. And just an FYI, my dog Meg's in the background. You get her for no extra charge today.
I love it. We love it when a little bit of real world sneaks in. It's beautiful. Also, Tom Furness is back with the Virtual World Society's Fireside Chat on Thursday with Dr. Jackie Moret. You're going to love her. She is amazing. She is the founder and chief scientist of All These Worlds. That's the name of the company. And a longtime educator. She's an editor and an author and publisher. She's amazing. So for over 16 years, Dr. Moret has worked on the integration of smell into VR experiences. Now, you may laugh and groan about the silliness of having smells in VR, but her research has made invaluable discoveries in how VR technology delivers meaningful experiences that enrich people's lives, especially using multisensory techniques to elicit emotional responses. She's going to share her groundbreaking research and the lessons learned of all of those years studying this on Thursday. Now, these events fill very quickly, so make sure that you RSVP and show up on time to ensure a spot on Thursday with the Virtual World Society Fireside Chat.
Thursday is also another Get Social tea party and fashion show to show off your new avatars and your virtual fashion sense. Get all dressed up and ready to strut your stuff. There are some creative avatars. I have to say, I still miss legs, but
I know.
the way some of you guys have put together the different colors of hair and different clothing pieces and stuff, it's admirable and looks awesome, and you should check out the fashion show. Now, there's a new talent in town. Caitlin Christine will be performing live with the Fail to Render music and production team on Thursday with a full 90-minute concert. Since the event doesn't list much about her, we went searching the web. She is a country singer, songwriter, singing a mix of original works and cover songs. She performs in the Philadelphia area, and we're thrilled to have her expand her performing range into the global world of AltSpace VR.
Yes, indeed. Should be so much fun. More people need to figure out that this is the place to be, especially now. And if there wasn't enough to do on Thursday is going to be the busiest day here in AltSpace. Don't forget that the HR in VR meetups with Matt Burns is part of the Global HR Summit, Human Resources Summit, that's coming up in September. It's happening on Thursday. The HR in VR is happening on Thursdays, and it is exciting. It was really exciting this week to learn that the last recorded quarter of the U.S. job market saw an increase of 1.8 million jobs. That's still a challenge against the 22 million jobs that were lost in the previous quarter. But those of us who live in VR, work in VR, know VR, we know that VR offers this new normal. There's this great potential in the job market for immersive and online learning and working and even training. And Matt Burns discusses the challenges of the modern workforce and how human resources are being challenged to meet the needs. So join the discussion with his special guests on Thursdays.
Okay, then let's move on to Simulation Nation, happening this week on Friday. They will be revisiting the pioneering classic of cyberpunk, Neuromancer by William Gibson. Published in 1984, William Gibson leads us on a journey with washed-up cowboy traveling through a virtual data space called The Matrix. The founder and creative director of Inscape Studios, Matt Sinclair, will be joining the event discussion, expected to be a wild ride as they challenge the reality with fiction.
Yeah, y'all remember Neuromancer. Wow, it's interesting to see fiction come true and be a little bit different. Burning Man is now the last 2 weeks of August. They've pushed the boundaries in world building and events in AltSpace VR, and they have a variety of amazing artwork and worlds to explore. So stay tuned as they get all the events scheduled and up there. And we don't have the details yet, but we are waiting on those. And we know that these installations are planned to last throughout the year. So it'll be open the whole time, but make sure you don't miss this incredible festival.
If you find an event like ours that you want to be regularly updated on when they announce a new event, go to the website, altvr.com, and click on channels. Look for the channel and subscribe. That way you'll learn about the events you enjoy. Make sure you subscribe to the News and Updates channel so you will be notified of our upcoming events so you don't miss a moment of what's going on here in AltSpace VR.
Yay! Now we have our drum roll. Thank you, Mark.
That was close to a
my
heart
goodness.
attack making, but okay.
Okay. So, it was, I didn't expect that. Thank you, Mark. So, our question today. Okay, that just totally caught me off guard. See, ask and thou shalt receive.
Be careful
Okay,
what you
that was-
ask for.
Be
is more
careful
like
what
it.
you ask for. So AltSpace VR just released a new survey inviting us to provide feedback on events, hosting and moderating events here. And so yes, that we're worthy of a drum roll. We have some amazing tools that other platforms are beginning to steal, such as the mute all, the stage blocker, and the Q&A features. But and a front row is being used. They're trying to make it work. They're still struggling, but we want to know what your feedback for improvements in hosting events would be. So to get you started, besides the drum roll, this is our list. So we want to see more varied event templates in AltSpace VR. Right now, the event templates are all indoors and resemble offices, homes, rather than the potential for cool social spaces in VR. We want outdoor event spaces, outer space event spaces, hanging off a cliff event space, whatever it is. Don't you want more innovative, awesome spaces that are template? Yay. Donna,
I
what
want
else is on our
something
list?
that blows
Yeah.
my mind. I want my mind
Yes.
blowing. Challenge
There
out to
you
all
go.
of you. I want my mind blown. Now, we
Yay.
have microphones and podiums, but the truth is that we don't use them. They're old-fashioned. We want whiteboards and sticky notes, interactive screens, and the ability to present small group events in small spaces with soundproof walls or blockers that may be turned on and off. Wouldn't that be wonderful? Yes.
Oh, yes. Oh, that would be just so perfect. Of course, browsers and slides, as we mentioned, have become complicated, and we'd all love to see that process be simple and easier.
Now, the biggest thing we want is the ability to make private events easier to access. We could go into a very long story about how painful they are to host and manage, but we are just going to suggest again that a room code that is easy to remember and type in as A3494, or a unique word like news and updates here as all one word, no spaces. That would alleviate so much of the private event pain. And can I just tell you, it is painful. If you haven't had to set it up, take our word for it.
It is agony, and it costs time, money, and energy to really deal with the complication of getting people into private and ticketed events. So we'd love that easier. So this is our wish list. Now, what's yours? How can AltSpace VR make event hosting and the management process, the moderation process, all the parts associated with events better and easier? What do you want to see? So I'm going to hit the raise hand button. It's now showing up in your lower right hand corner. You can hit the raise hand button and we will call on you and ask you to have your say. So alt person, how would it be better? Oh, I can't hear you. Let's double check here. You are on megaphone. Alt person. Okay, let's hope you get your audio fixed. Let us know. Ancient, I won't say. How about you?
Oh, and I think that fits right here. Maybe more stable and better audio control.
Hmm.
It's always a pain in the backside when audio gets glitchy or drops out, and it has pretty much brings an event to a halt.
Yes, it does. Beautifully. And don't you hate it when you end up in an event and and the music is so loud you can't not only can't hear yourself, you start losing your hearing. So yeah, having fast access to that volume would be brilliant. Thank you. I love it. Who else? Opinions on how events can be improved here in Altspace? Anyone hit that raise hand button right there in your lower right corner? I know that there's many out there who host events. How can it be better? Karen, hello, Karen.
Hello, Lorel. I think as a moderator, I would like to see better moderation tools, and I know I'm speaking to the choir here, but for example, if you kick somebody and they need to be kicked immediately, you have to go through that list, and sometimes I just pick one at the top just to get them out of there because they're yelling racist things or they need to be gotten out immediately. So I think, and I know it's on Discord, all over Discord, we need better moderation tools, but I would say that would definitely help events.
Yeah, that's really interesting because we asked for so many years to make sure that we gave people a reason for why they were being kicked. And we didn't think about the consequences that it would be that reason, the process of clicking that reason would cause a delay. So someone who's disruptive would continue to be disruptive for 3, 4, 5, 10 seconds or longer while we go, now which button do I click? So yeah, I'm with you on that.
Or
I'm
to
not sure how
expand
to
on
do
it.
that. Or to
Well,
expand on it, yeah.
I totally agree. I think what it should do is you should kick them, and then the box comes
Yes.
up and says why.
Ah,
Yeah.
brilliant.
I'm the
Much
same as you,
better,
Karen.
yeah.
I'm usually the moderator in my own events, and I don't have time to do that. Like that person has to be gone, so I always take the top option. Yeah, and I totally agree with you.
Brilliant. Oh, see, we came up with a solution right there. I love it. Thanks, Kieran. That's genius. Okay, anyone else have an opinion? One of the things that makes me crazy is that, for those, unless you've hosted an event, you wouldn't know it. When the host panel comes up, I can't see the audience. And it's like, I can click on people and invite them to answer questions and do all these things, but we lose that ability to self-moderate. And I think that's really important that we have some transparency. It used to be a little tiny column off the side. Now it fills up your whole screen. So I would love, that was part of my feedback. I want to make sure that I can see the audience while I'm moderating and while I'm presenting as well. Okay, so Ancient, you're back up again.
I got an answer to that. You can actually
right.
move and resize the host panel, so you can move it out of the way, out of the line of sight.
That is
For
true.
example-
You can move it. Yeah.
Only-
the problem
no.
is
Not
Yeah.
2D though.
in 2D. I thought you could in 2D. Let me look. Yep. Nope. You can't. She's right. You can't do that in 2D. You can only do that in 3D.
Okay, that's too bad. So, okay,
Yeah.
that's one thing to put on the list. Make it
Yes.
movable into 2D as well.
Absolutely. Good point. Good point. Yay. I love that. All right. Alt person, hopefully you have your audio fixed. You're up.
Yes, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Now we can. Yes,
All right,
we can.
cool. Yeah, so there's like a few things. One I was gonna say, like, I don't know, I've been talking to other people and this has been happening, but a lot of times when I get on for the first time, it crashes like 4 times before I can actually get on. I don't know if
Well,
anybody
that's
else
not
has that.
event specific. Yes, we all
Yeah.
have that problem, but it's not event specific. Yeah.
Okay. Also, I was thinking with the events, oh wait, what was it? Oh man, I lost my train of thought. Wait, the it was just in there. just had it 2 seconds ago. I feel like I just walked into another room through the door and like forgot
That's
what
okay.
I was in there for.
Then we all do that.
Yeah.
So, the stability issues for all there. Yep.
Oh, games. Like, I think that a big thing that we're missing as far as events is like games
beautiful.
where, and I think a scoring system for games would be like really, really helpful so that people can actually, play different sports with each other and keep score for it.
Yeah. Well, what do you think about the Jackbox games? Because that opens up a ton of games.
I really like the Jackbox thing, but then they got rid of the mixer. I love Jackbox. I used to play that a million times. I love Jackbox.
Well,
So,
hopefully
yeah,
it's
definitely
going to be
stuff
back
like that.
when the browsers get fixed. Good point. I forgot about that being tied to Mixer. All right, great points. Fantastic. I love it. See? We're getting all this fantastic input. Karen, you have more? Karen, did you have more?
Yes, sorry, I was answering a message.
That's
yeah,
okay.
I was just going to say real quickly on the host panel, what I do
Mhm.
is I put it down on the floor, and then that way it's right. Then I kind of tilt it up just a little bit, but I put it down on the floor, and then that way I have a wide open view.
Beautiful. Gosh, I wish we could do that in 2D. Great advice.
Yeah.
Great advice. Yeah. Yeah, I can move other menus. That one, not. Beautiful. Thank you. Anyone up? All right, alt person, are you back up? You have more? You remembered another one?
Yeah. There's another.
That's excellent.
What was? I just okay. Wait, no. The event we were talking about. I was thinking about the when people come in and you. Oh, geez. The banning, like like what she was saying before about how it'd be cool if you could just hit a ban button. Yeah, but and then I had this other idea that was like basically akin to that, but a little different. And every time all the buttons come up in my face, then I forget what I was gonna say.
That's okay.
I'm sorry. Let me just try to remember real quick. I'm gonna write it down next time so that I don't. This doesn't happen
Well,
again.
there's so many things. Well, while you're thinking for just a second, I'm going to leave you on megaphone here for a second while you're thinking. Just when you're hosting an event, you have people are able to RSVP event, which they get a reminder an hour prior to the event. That is awesome. I love that. One of the things that we've been asking for is that we get a notification in our headsets that the event is coming up. They've been experimenting with that, and I believe that might be available for all the events coming very, very soon. I hope so. But right now you can invite people individually, send a message to all your friends, whatnot, but that they are working on trying to find a way that we do get notifications in our headsets. That would be invaluable. All right, alt person, have you figured it out?
No, I can't remember it all now.
Okay.
I'm sure right after someone else goes, I'm sure I'll remember it. Probably.
All right. Okay, that's all right.
All
You
right.
can push the button again another time. Not a problem. Is there anyone else who has a comment? Or Donna, what would you like to see? What other improvements?
Oh, I don't know. Most of them were covered when we did the introduction. Those are the kinds of things that I'd like to see.
And how many of you would like to see the cap taken off so there more people can fit in a single space? Ooh, yeah. Wouldn't we all?
It would be
Yeah.
nice, but seriously, we need audio. Like
Yes.
right now, and losing connection. I don't know about you guys, but the events that I host, ever since the new avatars came in, people are insanely losing connection. And so if one or two people, it happens to one or two of us, we think it's their connection. But I'm on a mega fast computer. I have 5G in my house. It's impossible I lose connection because of internet, right? And this losing connection. So I have people that have stopped coming to my event because they can't get in because they've lost connection. And I get that's not maybe event specific, but it's affecting my events. And I think audio and these kinds of things, I'm with Ancient a little bit. Let's stabilize that.
Agree. Absolutely agree. All right. Okay, alt person must have remembered. Now, hold on to that thought.
Quick!
We're ready.
All right, I remember. Okay, cap control. I think they should just let people who make their own events control the capacity. Because like the worst thing that can happen is they make it too high and people crash and leave. But then they'll just go to another event or something. It just doesn't make sense that we have to write tickets or get with an admin every time we want to change the capacity of an event that we're creating. I think that if they did that, it could make a lot of people happy, and it will also save them a lot of time because they wouldn't have to deal with it.
Absolutely. And especially if it's like you have to click a number so that you're restricted to which numbers you could pick or something in that way. So you can't put 150 people because you know that your world's going to break. It also requires education because, that's why the diagnostic tool is so important. If everything comes up green and you check the frames per second, preferably in a Quest, to see how it rates, for the frame rate fall off and whatnot, and what that is, I think that would be lovely. That's a lot of fuss if you want to use.
What's a good frame rate?
Between 60 and 70. You go just a smidge over, it's bad. You go just a smidge under, it's bad.
Okay, cool. It's good to know.
So, all right. This is fantastic
Thank
input. Thank you, everybody. This has been amazing. And, what the input is said here goes only so far. Please go to those support forums right in the Discord channel. You will find links to those, to the feedback forums, and they want your feedback. So talk about the things that you heard today or the opinions you have, and let's make AltSpace events better. I am so looking forward to that. All right, so that's all for this week's news and updates. We stream the news onto YouTube every week and Twitch and everything else, and you could catch up with past episodes to learn more about AltSpace VR and how it works and what's going on in the community. We've also added the AltSpace VR announcements feed to our news and updates Discord server, so you don't miss a minute.
Now remember, the conversation doesn't stop here at AltSpace VR. Discord is our home base for our community outside of AltSpace VR. And we invite you to join the News and Updates Discord to keep up with the news and activities here and around the VR industry, and to share your world's news, events, and updates with us at discord.me/newsupdates. We are here for you to keep you updated on the news in AltSpace, so please tell a friend and share our Discord and YouTube channels so others can keep up with the news in and around AltSpace.
Absolutely. And if you'd like to volunteer and help us out, because you can tell we need some help. We need people to help us film and live stream the news. We need people to supply us with pictures and news from the various events and activities that are around AltSpace VR. They happen 24 hours a day. I'm sorry. Donna may not sleep, but the rest of us need a little bit. And so please help us by supplying us with pictures and news in our Discord server. And if you'd like to help us out with whatever it is, because we need writers and editors and moderators and backup hosts and everything, please let us know if you'd like to help, and let us know on our Discord server after the show.
Now, also, we will hang around after the news to answer your questions and to talk about what you are doing in AltSpace VR. So please stick around, and we'd love to chat with you. Thanks to all our news and update volunteers and moderators that help make this event such a success. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So in these uncertain times, please be safe wherever you are in the world.
Yay! Woo! You made it through, Donna.